Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called How to Build a Girl. This is a 2019 film that came out in 2020 here in the US. It came out May 8th. It does come with a rating of R. It does run an hour and 40 minutes. And it stars Beanie Feldstein, somebody named Cleo, and Dunal Finn. The description: a teenager living with her working class family on a council estate in Wolverhampton, England. I think that's how you say that. She grows up to become a popular but conflicted music journalist. This is How to Build a Girl. Well, thank you everybody for watching this video. If you'd like any correspondence with me outside of YouTube, I do have my Facebook page up and running. It's called Danny's Movies and Music. I'd appreciate you checking that out. I do disagree with the online grade of this. I'm a little bit higher than the normal. But since it's newer, I am glad that it's got some attention, and I'm glad that it has lots of grades online. And I just kind of found it by research, so these are my thoughts. Um, First off the bat, I did have a movie a while back about a certain president, and it would kind of had the same idea as this, having our main character kind of talk to famous historical people that she has photographs on her wall, and so kind of had the same concept, as an older movie. So it's not a new idea, but it's always kind of delightful when people use their imagination and have pictures on the wall come to life and talk to them and give them advice. And it's just kind of a cute little way of doing a movie, and I did enjoy that. So it added a nice layer onto the beginning of this movie, and it carried that throughout. So it was a nice little part of the movie. Yeah, it referenced Little Women. It had all these historical people, like the lady from Sound of Music, and um, maybe some scientists and stuff. So um, it this movie is very heartfelt at times. I do enjoy the nice parts. I know they're kind of back and forth on ugly or bad, and then really heartfelt and nice. So it's kind of an up and down movie for sure. Um, the other nice thing that I would say is the music, since this does revolve around local music that this girl is critiquing. That those bands are fine. It's nothing that we're gonna know, so it's really introducing us to new music and kind of different ideas of what they think around there is good or bad. And so it kind of leads us to not like what she thinks is bad, and kind of enjoy what she falls in love with. But I think it's nice to expose yourself to new things all the time. That's why I watch new movies every single day of my life. But it's nice to listen to some of these music things in here. So it does have that as another layer there. And honestly, it has a nice message. I mean, this starts out as a girl who is nothing, and she means really not that much to many people in life. And she has like one friend, and her family kind of, supports her. But this movie turns completely absurd after that nice message at the beginning. But mostly the message is about finding yourself and growing up and experiencing things. So it's a decent message, but when it gets absurd, I just think it loses itself, and I don't want anybody to take anything away from that part of the movie. But it has nice messages otherwise. So then we get into the kind of dumb stuff. It really does get really dumb. It gets really gross, it gets obscene, and it gets absurd. And I think the biggest thing for me that I would have preferred differently is for her to not be 16 years old. I would have expected this kind of a movie out of a mid 20-year-old woman trying to not have a crappy life, trying to have experiences because she's on her own and she wants to make the most of life. And I could have bought this at her being 18 years old and being freshly new to life and not experiencing anything in high school. And we get movies like that all the time. But the reason why this movie is absurd is because she's 16. The fact that we have to watch her having sex with people and she's a minor, it's uncomfortable and it's inappropriate. And honestly, we're getting into a world here where she has a job as a really professional critiquer at a newspaper, magazine, whatever, that is winning awards and all this crap, and she's 16. So I'm not really sure why this movie gets into this other realm of reality, but I just don't understand what they were going for, and I didn't end up agreeing with hardly anything of it. Um, I mean, when it gets to the dumb parts, it's because it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I would love for this to have common sense, but it just gets into another realm where a 16-year-old can work for a paper and become world famous and people care about her opinions. And I think the most founded part of this movie is the first time that she gets rejected as submitting an article and everybody's like, oh, this is just a 16-year-old being in fancy love with an artist. I'm like, yes, that's what it is. But then it goes into its other craziness part of the movie, and I'm like, no, that's not what this is. So, um, you know, mixed with all the nice stuff, I just kind of lost my appetite for this movie after being obscene and weird and inappropriate. And that's kind of what dragged the grade down and down and down. So at least it had a nice, pleasant ending. It kind of saved it a little bit. So I'm going to give How to Build a Girl a C+. I think that this movie is treading on very risky water. I'm kind of surprised that nobody has boycotted it because of the underage sex stuff. It's pretty obscene, pretty vivid. So it just doesn't make much sense. But I think it will draw an audience because of its nice stuff, because of being a kind of a outsider. We get lots of movies like this all over the world. So it doesn't really matter what country this is in, it's going to get watched because of its message. So for me, a C plus for How to Build a Girl. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and get some of them to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. Enjoy your movies. Thanks.